The night was cold, and the street smelled of wet asphalt. I walked home slowly, my hands in my pockets. My mind felt heavy with the day's work. I did not expect anything unusual. Then I heard a scream. Sharp, panicked, from the alley nearby. I froze for a second. My heart pounded. My legs moved before my brain caught up. I peeked into the alley. Two men stood over a woman. She was on the ground, her hair wet, her coat torn. The men were rough, laughing cruelly. "Hey!" I shouted. "Leave her alone." One of them looked at me. His eyes were cold. "Mind your business, man," he said. I said, "Leave her." My voice was louder now. I clenched my fists. My palms felt sweaty. Fear mixed with anger. The woman looked at me. Her eyes were wide with terror. "Please help me," she whispered. Her voice shook. I stepped closer. "I won't let them hurt you. Run." The taller man swung at me. I ducked and pushed him back. My heart raced. I had no training, but I could not stand there. The shorter man grabbed a metal pipe. He swung toward me. I dodged barely. "You should not interfere," he yelled. I grabbed a nearby stick. It was weak, but better than nothing. "Go," I shouted to the woman. "Run now." She hesitated. I saw fear and confusion in her eyes. Then she moved. She ran fast, her boots splashing in puddles. I faced the men again. "Stay back," I yelled. "I am not afraid." They laughed. "You think you can stop us alone?" The taller man sneered. I swung the stick. It hit the smaller man's arm. He dropped the pipe with a curse. I pushed him, then ran toward the exit of the alley. The woman was waiting. Her coat was torn, but she did not stop. I grabbed her hand. "Come on," I shouted. We ran together into the main street. Lights from nearby shops lit our path. I kept glancing behind. The men did not follow. Did they give up, or did they wait? I could not tell. We stopped in front of a small cafe. I leaned against the wall, gasping for air. She collapsed beside me. "Thank you," she whispered. Her voice was soft, almost fragile. She looked at me. Her eyes were strange, full of something I could not name. "You're safe now," I said. My hand still shook. "Are you hurt?" "A little," she said. She looked at her coat, torn at the shoulder. "But I think I'm okay." I nodded. My mind raced. Who were those men? Why were they after her? "Do you want me to call someone?" "Police?" I asked. "No, no police," she said quickly. "Please, not yet." I frowned. "Why not? They attacked you. You could be hurt again." She shook her head. "I can handle it. Her voice faltered. "I need a moment." I studied her. She was young, maybe 28. Her hair was dark and damp, her eyes sharp. Something about her felt off. Not wrong, but secretive. I sat beside her on the wet pavement. "My name is Adil," I said. "What's yours?" "Zara," she whispered. She barely met my eyes. "Thank you, Adil. You were very brave," I said. "Or maybe very reckless, running like that." I tried to smile, but it came out shaky. She smiled faintly. "Maybe both," she said. Her eyes glanced at the dark street. They wanted something from me. I frowned. "What? Money? Jewelry? Something else?" She shook her head. I cannot say. Not yet." I felt tension rise in my chest. "I don't like secrets," I said, "especially at night in dark alleys." Her lips pressed into a thin line. "I know," she said quietly. "I'm sorry." The wind picked up, blowing wet leaves across the street. I wrapped my jacket tighter around me. "Do you have somewhere to go?" "A home?" I asked. She looked away. "Not really." I was trying to escape. I nodded slowly. "Then you can come with me. Just for the night. I have a small apartment. Safe. No one will find you." Her eyes widened slightly. "You really mean that?" "Yes," I said firmly. "I can't just leave you there." My chest felt tight, but I knew I made the right choice. We walked slowly to my apartment. She kept her distance, but did not leave. Every step felt tense. Every shadow looked like danger. I kept my eyes on the street behind us. Once inside, I locked the door. "Sit here," I said, pointing to the sofa. I went to the kitchen to pour water. She followed slowly, her movements careful. I handed her a glass. "Drink," I said. She took it with trembling hands. "Thank you," she whispered again, her voice barely audible. "You don't have to keep saying that," I said. "I just did what anyone would do." "No," she said softly. "You don't understand. Most people wouldn't stop. Most would walk past." I looked at her. "Maybe. But I did. And now you're safe." She nodded, but her eyes were distant. I wanted to ask more, but I did not. I could see she was hiding something. Something big. Something dangerous. "You're hiding something, aren't you?" I asked gently. She flinched slightly, then nodded. Yes," she admitted. "But I cannot tell you. Not now." I sighed. "Fine. I won't press. But you need to rest. You've been through a lot." She nodded again. Her dark hair fell over her face. I noticed a small scar near her jaw. A story hidden there. A story I wanted to know. I went to my bedroom to grab a blanket. I returned and wrapped it around her shoulders. She shivered. "You'll be okay," I said. "No one will come here. I promise." Her eyes met mine. There was gratitude, fear, and something else. A flicker of power? Control? I could not tell. "I trust you," she said softly. "For now." I nodded. "Good. Sleep. Tomorrow we figure out the rest." She leaned back on the sofa. Her eyes closed. Her breathing slowed. I watched her for a moment. My chest was heavy. I felt an odd pull toward her. A mix of fear and fascination. I sat beside her, thinking, who was she really? Why were they after her? Was she really just a victim? Or was there more I did not see? I felt my phone buzz. A message from Imran. "You okay? Did you help her?" I typed quickly. "Yes. She's safe. For now." I put the phone down. My heart still raced. I knew one thing. This night would not be simple. Something about her was dangerous, but I could not look away. I glanced at her one more time before I let my eyes close. My mind swirled with questions, doubts, and a strange curiosity. Outside, the wind howled. I felt the night press against the walls. I knew danger was still out there. But inside, at least for now, she was safe. And I was trapped. Trapped by the unknown, by my choices, by the strange pull she had over me. I did not know what tomorrow would bring. I only knew that everything had changed tonight. I could not turn back now. Chapter 2. Gratitude or Deception. I heard the knock at my door late that night. My heart jumped. I wasn't expecting anyone. When I opened, I saw her. Zara. She looked tired, scared, but strangely calm too. I came to thank you," she said, her voice soft. I stepped aside. "Come in," I said. My voice sounded rough. I wasn't used to people visiting me unannounced. She walked slowly, her eyes scanning my small living room. I noticed her hands shaking slightly. I don't know how to repay you," she continued. "If you hadn't helped me." Her words trailed off. She looked down at the floor. I wanted to ask more, but something held me back. I gestured toward the sofa. "Sit. You need rest." She nodded and lowered herself carefully onto the couch. I could feel the tension in the room. My mind raced. Why would she come alone now? Was it safe? My thoughts drifted to Imran's warning earlier. Be careful with strangers, especially women like her. I shook the thought away. I wanted to trust her. I saw you with those men," she said finally. "I don't know how you did it. I thought they would." Her voice caught. She paused. I wanted to say something, but I stayed quiet. I'm Zara," she whispered. "Thank you. I don't have anyone else. You saved my life." She looked straight at me. Her eyes were intense. I felt a strange pull toward her. "I'm a deal," I said simply. "It's okay. You're safe now." I forced a smile. My chest felt tight. I didn't know why I felt nervous around her. She leaned back. I was being chased. They wanted to hurt me. I ran for hours. I didn't know where to go. Her words were slow, careful, like she measured every sentence. I nodded, listening. "Why me?" I asked. "Why did you let them catch up?" I had to know. Something felt off. They are everywhere, she said. I don't have time to explain. I needed help. And you were there. Her eyes glistened. I didn't want anyone else to find me. I felt a tug in my chest. I wanted to help her. I always wanted to help people. But Imran's words rang in my mind again. Don't trust her completely. I can help, I said slowly. But you have to tell me the truth. Who are these people? She shook her head. I can't. Not yet. If I tell you now, they might come after you too. I can't risk that. Her voice was trembling. She looked genuinely afraid. I sighed. Fine. But you have to stay here. You can't leave. It's too dangerous outside. She nodded, her eyes wide. Thank you, Adil. I don't know what I would do without you. She smiled faintly. It was a soft, sad smile. I poured 2 cups of tea from my small kitchen. The steam curled between us. I offered her one. She took it with both hands. Her fingers brushed mine. I felt a small shock. I quickly looked away. My mind raced. Focus, Adil. Stay calm. You live alone? She asked quietly, sipping her tea. Yes, I said. I have a friend, Imran. He worries too much. He will probably tell me to kick you out. I smiled faintly. Her laugh was soft. He sounds like a good friend. You need someone like him. I do, I admitted. But he also scares me sometimes. He thinks I trust people too easily. I didn't mention his warning about her. I wanted to see her, to judge her myself. We sat in silence for a moment. I could hear the city outside my window. Cars passing, distant voices, the faint hum of lights. She seemed to relax a little. I watched her closely. I had a family once, she said suddenly. Her voice shook. I lost them. The men chasing me, they destroyed everything. I have nothing left. She looked at me, her eyes pleading. I felt my heart twist. I'm sorry, I said. I didn't know what else to say. Words felt useless. I wanted to take her pain away, but I couldn't. She leaned back again. I know I should leave. I know I should find a safe place alone. But I trust you. I feel safe here. Her words hit me like a wave. I wanted to believe her, but I also wanted proof. You can stay, I said finally. But I need you to promise me one thing. What? She asked, looking up. Promise me you won't go out alone. Not tonight. Not until I know you're safe. She nodded quickly. I promise. Thank you, Adil. I really mean it. I watched her sip the tea, her hands trembling slightly. I felt a strange mixture of protectiveness and fear. I didn't know why. Something about her didn't add up. I got up and walked to my small bookshelf. I needed a distraction. I pulled out a notebook I rarely used. I need to write some things, I said. She looked at me curiously. Write what? Things I need to remember, I said. I didn't tell her I was thinking about her, about the danger, about everything that might go wrong. I just wanted to feel normal. She smiled faintly. You're careful. I like that. I felt my stomach twist. I'm careful because I have to be, I said. I didn't explain Imran's warning. I didn't want to scare her. Not yet. The hours passed slowly. We talked about small things, the city, food, simple memories. I learned she liked tea with honey. She liked old songs. She remembered places I had never been. She laughed softly sometimes, and it felt like a balm on my tense nerves. But then, when I wasn't looking, I noticed her checking the window. Quietly, subtly. Her eyes were sharp, alert, not afraid, but calculating. My stomach turned. I had to remind myself, I didn't know her. Not really. Do you need money? I asked suddenly. For food or anything else? She shook her head. No, I can manage. I just needed a safe place tonight. I nodded. I wanted to believe her, but my mind wouldn't stop racing. What if she was lying? What if she was dangerous? Why me? I asked again. Why come to me? She looked at me, her eyes softening. Because you didn't run. You didn't leave. You helped me when no one else would. I swallowed hard. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to trust her. But my instinct screamed otherwise. Just then my phone buzzed. It was a message from Imran. Are you crazy? Don't trust her. Call me. I froze. I didn't reply. I didn't want to. Not yet. Zara noticed the look on my face. Is everything okay? She asked softly. Yes, yes. Everything's fine, I said quickly. I didn't want her to know. I didn't want her to see my doubts. We sat in silence again. I watched her, studying every move, every subtle gesture. I tried to see if she was telling the truth, but I couldn't. She was too good, too smooth, too careful. I sighed. My chest felt tight. I wanted to protect her. I wanted to trust her, but I also feared her. You can sleep here tonight, I said finally. Tomorrow, we can figure things out. She nodded, a small smile on her face. Thank you, Adil. You don't know what this means to me. I have some idea, I said. I didn't tell her that I had no idea. I just hoped I could protect her. And maybe, just maybe, I hoped I could understand her too. As she lay down on the sofa, I watched her. Her face looked peaceful, but my mind refused to rest. I went to my small kitchen, poured myself a cup of tea, and stared out the window. The city lights flickered. Danger was out there, and I knew. I had invited it inside. I thought about Imran's warning again. Be careful. Don't trust her. But I couldn't. I didn't want to. Something about her drew me in. I sat by the window, drinking my tea, thinking of what could happen next. I didn't know if I had made the right choice, but I had made it, and there was no turning back now. Chapter 3, Strange Alliances. I did not know why I let her stay. Zara smiled and said, I have nowhere else. I felt pity. I wanted to help. I wanted to protect her, but something in her eyes did not match her words. I can stay a few days, just until I find a place, she said. Her voice was soft, almost pleading. I nodded. Fine, but be careful. I do not trust easily. She laughed lightly. You are brave or foolish, she said. I did not answer. My mind kept turning her words. Something felt off. That evening, she sat in my small living room. The light from the window touched her face. I could see the tension in her jaw. I wanted to ask, but I did not. Instead, I watched quietly. Do you need anything? I asked. No, thank you. You already helped me, she said. Her smile was polite, almost perfect. But I noticed her eyes flicker to the phone on the table. I did not say anything. I just watched. Imran called me that night. Are you sure about her? He asked. I think so. She seems harmless, I said, trying to convince myself more than him. Harmless, he laughed softly. She just needed a few words. You always fall for the story. Remember last time? I felt a twinge of guilt. He was right. I had trusted people before. I had been betrayed. I did not want to repeat mistakes. But something about Zara. I could not stop thinking about her. The next morning, I left for work. Zara followed me to the door. Do you want breakfast? I asked. She shook her head. No, thank you. You go. I can manage. I left, but my mind stayed on her. She was quiet, too quiet. I noticed small things. A call she took quickly and whispered into. A letter she hid under the pillow. I wanted to confront her, but I held back. I needed proof. When I came back that evening, I found her sitting at the kitchen table. Fatima was there, asking questions about the neighborhood. She seems friendly, Fatima said. I nodded. I wanted to agree, but my gut said otherwise. Do you trust her? Fatima asked. I paused. I don't know. I want to, but... Zara looked at us both. I promise. I am not trouble, she said. Her voice was soft. I wanted to believe her. Later, I overheard her whisper on the phone. Yes, everything is fine. He trusts me. My heart skipped. I did not understand. Who was she talking to? I asked her next day. Who was that on the phone? She smiled casual. Just a friend. Someone I met recently. Her smile did not reach her eyes. I wanted to push more, but I did not. I wanted her to trust me too. Imran came over the next evening. Watch closely, he said, nodding at Zara. See how she moves. Something is not right. I watched quietly as she prepared tea. Her movements were smooth, confident. Too confident. I felt a chill. You seem tense, she said suddenly. I swallowed. I worry about people, I said. I lied, but she did not question. Over the next few days, small incidents made me uneasy. A shadow behind the curtain, a stranger at the gate, a letter left on my doorstep. I kept thinking of the past. People I had trusted. People who had betrayed me. Zara seemed to notice. "You are thinking too much," she said. Her voice was soft, but I felt a warning. I did not answer. I wanted to trust her, but my heart and mind fought. I decided to investigate quietly. I would not confront her without reason. I had learned my lesson. One evening, I followed her when she left the house. She walked calmly through the narrow streets. I kept a distance. She met someone I did not know. They spoke quietly. I could not hear, but I felt fear. I felt anger. When she returned, she smiled at me. "Did you miss me?" she asked. Her smile was warm, almost real. I nodded, but my mind raced. Imran asked me the next day, "Did you see her? Who was she with?" I don't know. Someone I didn't recognize," I said. "Exactly. Watch her closely," he said. "Do not let her control your life." Fatima joined later. "I noticed something," she said. "That call. That stranger. Something is hidden." I felt my chest tighten. I did not want to believe it. I wanted to think she was innocent. But my mind kept replaying the whispers. The letter. The phone calls. Something was wrong. Zara entered the room quietly. "You two are conspiring," she said with a laugh. "Do you not trust me?" I swallowed. I want to trust you. I really do. But some things I need to understand," I said. She looked at me closely. "Understand what?" I did not answer. I wanted to see if she would slip. She smiled, almost perfect. "I will show you. In time," she said. Her words were calm, confident. I felt a chill. I knew she was hiding something, but I could not stop thinking about her. I felt drawn to her. Something about her controlled my mind. The days passed. I watched her carefully. She helped around the house. She cooked, cleaned, and even laughed at small jokes I made. I felt warmth, but it was mixed with doubt. One night, she sat beside me. "Why do you look so troubled?" she asked. I think too much. About people life," I said. "Life is short. Trust is hard. But sometimes you must take a risk," she said. Her hand brushed mine. I felt heat. My heart raced. I looked at her. "I want to believe you," I said softly. She smiled. "Then do," she whispered. I wanted to trust her. I wanted to believe she was innocent. But every instinct screamed danger. I had learned the hard way. Trust could kill. That night, I stayed awake, thinking. My mind kept flashing back to past betrayals. Friends who lied. Lovers who vanished. People I saved who betrayed me. And now her. Zara. I did not know. I did not trust. I wanted to, but I could not. I made a choice. I would watch. I would not act until I had proof. I would protect myself. And I would protect others if needed. The next day, a knock came at the door. A letter slipped under it. I picked it up. No name. No address. Only words. Trust no one. I froze. I read it again. Trust no one. Zara entered. "What is that?" she asked. "Nothing," I said. My voice was calm, but my heart pounded. She smiled. "You are always so serious," she said. I nodded. "I have to be. Life taught me." She looked at me. "You are careful, smart. I like that," she said. I did not know if it was a compliment or a warning. I watched her that day. Every move. Every word. Every gesture. My mind was alert. My heart wanted to trust. My mind refused. Imran said later, "She is dangerous. I feel it. You cannot ignore it." "I know," I said. "But I cannot leave her either. Something. I feel. I cannot explain." Fatima nodded. "Just be careful," she said softly. "Your instincts rarely lie." I felt a chill. My instincts screamed danger. But my heart wanted her. That night, I thought about the first time I saw her. The fear. The gratitude. The strange pull. It was still there. Stronger. Confusing. Dangerous. I knew one thing. I could not let my feelings blind me. I had to see the truth. I had to uncover her secret, and I had to survive whatever came next. Zara smiled as she slept on the couch. I watched her, silently. Something in her still did not match her words. I promised myself I would find the truth. Tomorrow, I would follow her again. Quietly, carefully, step by step. Every word, every glance mattered. I would not make a mistake again. And yet, I could not help but feel drawn to her. Chapter 4. The Hidden Threat. I could feel my heart pounding as I walked with Zara through the empty streets. The night was dark, the city silent except for distant sirens. "Are you sure this way is safe?" I asked. Zara looked at me calmly. "I know these streets. Trust me." I wanted to, but something in her tone felt off. "Why are they after you? Are they really that dangerous?" "They are," she said softly, "but you don't need to worry about them." I frowned. I wanted to believe her, but my gut screamed danger. My hand shook slightly. "I can't just stand still. I need to help." She smiled faintly. "I like that about you. Always rushing in." I felt a small smile too, though unease gnawed at me. Rushing in can get me killed. Zara shrugged. "Sometimes it's worth it." The streets were nearly empty, but I kept looking around. Shadows moved quickly at the edges of my vision. My senses were on high alert. Suddenly, I heard a soft whistle. My stomach dropped. "They're here." Zara tensed beside me. "Yes, I feel them." I tightened my fists. "Stay behind me." We turned a corner, and a group of men emerged from the shadows. Their eyes were sharp, faces covered with scarves. My blood ran cold. "Run!" I yelled. Zara did not move. She looked calm, almost too calm. I grabbed her arm. "Come on. We can't fight all of them." One man stepped forward, pointing at us. "There she is. That's the girl." Zara finally moved, but slowly. I noticed her eyes scanning the gang. Not fear, but calculation. My heart raced. Something wasn't right. I pushed her behind me as the first man lunged. I fought him off with every ounce of strength. My knuckles burned, my legs shook. Zara whispered, "Careful. They know you're here." I didn't answer. I barely blocked another swing. My head spun. I could feel my courage flicker. "Move," I shouted, shoving Zara toward a narrow alley. She obeyed, but I caught a glimpse of her face. Calm. Too calm. She didn't look scared at all. We ducked into the alley. I gasped for air. What was going on? "They are organized," I muttered. "More than I thought." Zara's voice was quiet. "Yes, you noticed that." I narrowed my eyes. "You mean you knew?" She didn't answer. She only stared at me, her expression unreadable. I wanted to shout, to demand the truth, but the sounds of footsteps pulled me back to reality. We needed to keep moving. I grabbed her hand. "We have to escape." She allowed it. "Yes, let's go." The alley ended in a dead end. My heart sank. The men surrounded us. I stepped in front of Zara. "You stay behind me." They laughed. "You think you can stop us?" one said. His voice was rough, angry. I swallowed. "I don't know, but I have to try." I swung at one of them, landing a hit on his shoulder. He stumbled, but quickly recovered. Zara's eyes glinted in the dim light. "Be careful, Adil. They are faster than you think." I frowned. "How do you know my name?" She didn't answer, only moved closer. Her calmness confused me more. The fight became chaotic. I ducked and dodged, barely avoiding fists. My legs ached. My vision blurred. Every instinct screamed to protect Zara, but I also realized something terrifying. She wasn't panicking like a victim. One of the men lunged at me from behind. I twisted and kicked him away. "Why are you scared?" I yelled at Zara. She shrugged. "Fear doesn't help now." I wanted to argue, but another punch landed on my shoulder. I fell to the ground. Pain shot through me. "Get up," Zara commanded. I did, though my muscles burned. I felt a sharp sting in my arm. Blood trickled down. My courage faltered. I grabbed a metal pipe lying nearby. It was heavy, but it gave me a small sense of control. "You think this can stop us?" one gang member sneered. "I hope it can," I muttered under my breath. I swung the pipe. hitting one of the men squarely. He fell. Another charged at me. I ducked, rolling to the side. Zara grabbed my arm. "A deal this way. Quick." I followed her as we ran through a side path. I could hear them shouting behind us. My lungs burned. My hands were scraped. Every step felt impossible. Finally, we reached a small courtyard. I looked around for an escape, heart racing. Zara stopped and looked at me. "Catch your breath." I leaned against the wall, gasping. "We barely made it." She studied me. "You are brave. Reckless, but brave." I scowled. "You didn't seem scared at all." Her eyes softened. Sometimes courage is in knowing the danger, but moving anyway. I felt my stomach tighten. Something about her words chilled me. Her calm was unnatural. I noticed a torn letter on the ground, half buried in dirt. I picked it up, hands shaking. The paper was old, edges burnt. My mind raced. Who had left this here? And why? Zara's gaze followed mine. "That letter, it holds old secrets. Some you are not ready for." I looked at her. "Secrets? What do you mean?" She smiled faintly. "Not now. Later, maybe. Focus on surviving tonight." I nodded, though unease gnawed at me. Her calm made no sense. I felt both admiration and fear. Could I trust her at all? Footsteps echoed in the courtyard. My heart jumped. We weren't alone. I tightened my grip on the pipe. "Stay close," I whispered. Zara nodded. "I always do." We moved quickly toward the exit. Every shadow seemed alive. Every sound made my chest tighten. My thoughts raced. If we got out, would she still be the same woman I saved? Or was there something darker behind those calm eyes? A loud shout came from behind. One of the gang members spotted us. Panic surged. I pushed Zara ahead. "Run." We sprinted across the empty streets, my lungs burning. My legs ached. My mind screamed with fear and responsibility. Finally, we ducked into an abandoned building. I leaned against the wall, sweat dripping. We made it for now. Zara's eyes scanned the room. Calm. Silent. Yes. For now. I felt a chill. Her composure was unnerving. My adrenaline slowly faded, leaving only fear and questions. I looked at her. "Why are you so calm? Who are you really?" She didn't answer, only stared, her eyes unreadable. I realized then that my life and hers were now dangerously intertwined. And that torn letter in my hand, it was just the beginning. Chapter 5. The Truth Unveiled. I sat in my small apartment, my hands shaking. My coffee went cold on the table. I stared at Zara across from me. Something in her eyes felt off. "You look tired," she said, her voice soft. "Did you sleep at all?" I don't know," I said. "It's been a long night." She leaned closer. "You don't need to carry everything alone, you know. I can help." I wanted to believe her. I wanted to trust her. But a small voice in my head whispered, "Something is wrong." "Help?" I asked. "I saved you from a gang. Why are you helping me?" She smiled faintly. "Because I owe you. You saved me, and I need you too." Her words felt warm, almost comforting. But my gut tightened. I remembered the whispers I had overheard before. Her phone calls late at night. The way she never let me see messages. "Zara," I said, my voice low. "I need to ask you something. Be honest with me." She nodded slowly. "I will. Who is really chasing you? The gang?" My eyes locked with hers. "Or someone else?" She blinked just once. Too fast. My chest tightened. I knew then. Something in her pause told me the truth. I don't know," she said, voice calm. "They want me gone. They are dangerous." I leaned forward, my hands gripping the table. "Zara, look at me. I saved you. Don't lie to me." She let out a soft laugh, almost playful. "A deal. You are very serious. I like that." Her smile froze me. I felt my stomach drop. "What would you mean?" "I mean," she whispered, leaning closer, "I am not who you think I am." I frowned. My heart raced. "What do you mean?" She didn't answer at first, just looked at me with those dark, unreadable eyes. Then she said it, slowly, carefully. I am their leader," she said. I blinked. I thought I had heard wrong. My mind went blank. What? I whispered. She nodded. Yes. I lead them. The gang. Everything you saw was real. But you don't know the whole story. I could feel my world crashing. You were lying this whole time. My voice was shaky. You made me risk my life. I didn't lie, she said softly. I never told you everything. I needed you to believe in me, to trust me. I felt anger boiling inside me. Trust you? I saved you. I risked my life. And you, my hand shook. You used me. No, she said, her voice calm, almost cruel. I didn't use you. I tested you. I needed to see if you were strong. I couldn't breathe. My chest hurt. Betrayal. I had never felt it like this. My whole body felt frozen. Strong? You put my life in danger. She leaned back, crossing her legs. Yes, but you passed. That's why you are still alive. That's why I am here with you. I felt nausea. This is insane. You, the gang, everything. How could I trust you? She tilted her head. You don't have to trust me. But you already do, a deal. Look at you. You can't stop thinking about me. I turned away. My mind raced. I should leave. I should call Imran. I should. But my body didn't move. I felt trapped. You need to leave, I said finally. I can't. My voice broke. I can't believe you. She stood slowly, walking toward me. I understand. You are angry. You should be. Her hand brushed my arm lightly. But you will forgive me. You always forgive people you care about. I yanked my arm back. Care? Do you know what you've done? I could have died. She smiled, almost sad. I know. That is why I am telling you now. You deserve the truth, not the lies. My hands clenched into fists. The truth? The truth is you betrayed me. Yes, she said softly. But betrayal is complicated. I had my reasons. Reasons? I shouted. What reason is worth this? You saved me, she said. You proved your courage. Your loyalty. That is why I am here now. You and I, we are connected. More than you know. I shook my head. Connected? No. We are enemies. You're a criminal. My voice cracked. You're dangerous. I am dangerous, she admitted. But I am also human. I make mistakes. I wanted you to understand me. To see my world. I felt a flash of anger and fear. Your world destroyed lives. People died. Yes, she said softly. People died. And some will die. But I never wanted you to be one of them. I stared at her. I hated her. I wanted to hit her. I wanted to run. I wanted to scream. My chest burned. You manipulated me, I said finally, my voice low and trembling. Everything, the trust, the moments, they were lies. No, she said quietly. The moments were real. My gratitude was real. My feelings real. I am not lying when I care about you. I laughed bitterly. Care? You call this care? Yes, she said firmly. Care doesn't mean safety. Care means honesty in the end. I am telling you now. Do you understand? I shook my head. I don't understand anything. She sat down slowly, her eyes softening. I am sorry, Adil. I truly am. But now you know. The truth. The full truth. I buried my face in my hands. I remembered every choice I made, every risk I took, every moment I trusted her. Imran's voice came to my mind. Be careful, Adil. Trust is fragile. I felt guilt, shame, anger, and fear all at once. I didn't know what to do. My mind spun. Fatima's questions echoed in my head too. Why would she lie? Who is she really? She is lying, I muttered to myself. She has to be lying. But the truth hung in the air like smoke. I couldn't ignore it. I had to face it. You are the leader, I said finally, my voice quiet. Why me? Why tell me now? She looked at me directly. Because I trust you. I want you to make a choice. Stay or leave. Fight or run. The choice is yours. I felt my pulse race. My heart pounded in my chest. I had never felt so confused, so angry, so helpless. I, I need time, I said. I can't decide yet. She nodded slowly. Take your time. But know this, a deal, once you make your choice, nothing will be the same. I sat there in silence. My mind replayed every scene, every word, every moment with her. I felt betrayed. I felt foolish. I felt alive. I thought of the gang, of their faces, of their fear. And then I thought of Zara. The calm, the charm, the danger. I knew then that nothing would ever be simple again. I had walked into a trap, yes. But now, I also knew that I had to fight. Not just for me, but for everyone involved. I took a deep breath. My hand still shook, but my mind began to focus. I will not be fooled again. I will not let her control me. I will survive, and I will make her pay. The room felt heavy with tension. Zara watched me quietly. I watched her back. We were both waiting. For what? I didn't know yet. But something had changed. Everything had changed. The truth had been unveiled, and I was no longer just a savior. I was a target, a pawn, and maybe a player. I clenched my fists. I would not run. I would not break. I would face the storm. And the storm was coming. Chapter 6, Betrayal and Confrontation. I stormed into the abandoned warehouse. My hand shook. My heart beat fast. Zara, I shouted. Tell me the truth now. She turned slowly. Her eyes were cold, but calm. I already told you everything, she said. Her voice was soft, almost teasing. No, you lied. I yelled. You said they were after you. They were after me too. Zara stepped closer. I could feel her power, even without weapons. Did you really think life is so simple? She asked. You want to clear right and wrong. Yes, I said. I want to know why. Why did you do it? She smiled faintly. Do it? I didn't do anything wrong. You saved me. I rewarded you by showing you the truth. I clenched my fists. Reward? You call this a reward? You used me. She shrugged. Used you? Or did I test you? I felt my anger rise. Test me? People die in your game. My friends could die. Do you care at all? Care? She tilted her head. Of course I care. That is why I need strong people around me. People who can survive. I froze. Her words hit me. She wanted me alive, but for her benefit. I hated the thought. So, I am just a tool for you? Tool. She laughed softly. No. Tool is weak. You have strength. That is why you matter. You will see soon. I stepped back. My mind raced. Could I fight her? Could I escape? The gang outside could arrive any minute. I swallowed hard. Zara, if I leave now, will you hurt anyone else? She shook her head. No, not unless they hurt me first. I have rules. Rules, I repeated. You call murder and fear rules. They are rules of survival, she said. You will understand someday. Or maybe you already do. I felt sick. My stomach turned. Her calm voice made my anger worse. She had control. I realized I could not just fight her and win. Why me? I asked quietly. Why not someone else? She walked closer, eyes piercing mine. Because I see honesty in you. I see courage. I see potential. I laughed bitterly. Courage? I almost died because of you. Potential? You mean I can help you kill or trick people? Perhaps, she said, almost like a whisper. Or maybe you help yourself. I shook my head. I don't understand. I trusted you. You did, she said softly. And you still do. That is your weakness. And your strength. I felt trapped. Her words were sharp. Each one hit like a knife. I wanted to shout. I wanted to run. But I could not. Zara, I said finally. I will find a way. You can't control me forever. Her lips curved into a faint smile. Control? I don't control you. You control yourself. That is why I like you. You decide. But the choice is dangerous. I clenched my teeth. I wanted to hit her. I wanted to run. I wanted to scream. But I stayed silent. Look at me, she said. You are angry. You want revenge. That is human. But think carefully. Revenge can kill more than your enemy. It can kill you. I wanted to argue. My mind was full of rage. I don't care. I will fight. I will stop you. Zara laughed. Fight? You could try. But know this, I know the city. I know the streets. I know the people who follow me. You are small in my world. I felt my hands shake. I don't want to die. Not yet. You won't, she said. Not if you play carefully. Not if you think ahead. I admire that you care about life. Most people do not. Her words confused me. Part of me wanted to hate her. Part of me wanted to understand her. I shook my head. I don't understand you. How can someone so cruel be calm? Calm, she asked. Calm is survival. Anger is weakness. You are angry. That is good, but use it wisely. I stared at her. You manipulate everything. Everyone. Even me. I trusted you. You still trust me, she said softly. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here talking to me. You came alone. That shows courage. And trust. I swallowed hard. My mind raced. Could I leave now? Could I run? Could I fight her? I felt fear, yes, but also fascination. Zara, I said finally, what is your goal? Why all this? She turned and looked at the small gang waiting outside. Survival, power, respect, and yes, I want to see who can truly stand with me. I clenched my fists. My heart beat fast. You are dangerous. You use people like tools. You play games with lives. Yes, she said simply. I play, but I survive. And so can you. I took a deep breath. My mind worked fast. I had to plan. I had to think. Fighting blindly would kill me. Running blindly would kill me. I needed strategy. You think you can leave? She asked. Or think you can outsmart me? I will try, I said. I can't let this continue. Her smile was calm. Good. That is why you matter. But remember, every action has consequence. Every move you make is mine to watch. I felt a chill. She was right. Every choice now would matter. Every step I took could cost lives. I had to be careful. I will stop you, I said quietly. I promise. Not just for me, but for others too. Zara's eyes softened slightly. Promises are dangerous, but they give people hope. And hope can be powerful. I turned to leave. My hands still shook. My mind raced. I had to plan. I had to think carefully. I could not act impulsively anymore. As I walked away, I glanced back. She stood there calm, smiling faintly. Her gang watched us silently. I realized she had already won this round. But I was alive. And I still had my mind. That was my weapon. That was my chance. I felt anger and fear mix inside me. But I also felt determination. I would not let this woman, this gang leader, control my life. Not completely. I whispered to myself, I will find a way. I will survive. And one day, you will pay for everything. Her laugh echoed in the empty warehouse as I left. Cold, calm, calculated. I shivered. I knew this confrontation was only the beginning. Chapter 7, The Plan. I sat at my small desk, staring at the city map. My hand shook. The room was quiet except for my heavy breathing. I could feel my heart racing. We need a plan, I whispered to myself. Imran sat across from me, arms crossed. Yes, a deal, he said. We cannot attack blindly. Zara is smart. I nodded. I know. But what do we do first? I asked. My voice was low. Fear twisted in my stomach. Fatima leaned against the wall, holding her notebook. We gather information, she said firmly. We cannot fail. Lives are at risk. I ran a hand over my face. I trusted her once, I muttered. And I was wrong. I cannot let anyone else suffer. Assad, quiet until now, spoke in a calm voice. Focus on the objective, Adil. Anger will cloud your mind. We plan step by step. I took a deep breath. Step 1, I said slowly. We watch her gang. Learn their routines. Find their weaknesses. Imran frowned. Surveillance is risky. They may notice us. I leaned forward. We have no choice. We must be careful. Cameras, phones, shadows. We watch and wait. Fatima scribbled notes quickly. I can follow their movements from the news. I have contacts. They can help. I nodded. Good. Step 2. We cut their resources. Money, supplies, messages. Small strikes. Force mistakes. Assad raised an eyebrow. Do you mean sabotage? That could provoke her. Yes, I admitted. But controlled. Only what we can handle. Only what keeps us safe. My hands trembled as I spoke. Imran's jaw tightened. Controlled? Zara is not normal. One wrong move, and we are finished. I know, I said, voice low but steady. I feel it too. Every plan carries risk. But I cannot stop. I will not stop. Fatima paused. A deal. What about the civilians? People near her gang? We cannot put them in danger. I swallowed hard. We avoid them. Always. Our strikes are precise. Quick. Clean. Assad nodded. Good. And what about Zara herself? You confront her. I shook my head. Not yet. Not until we are ready. Until we know more. I cannot face her blind. Not again. Imran leaned back. We need a meeting point. Safe place. Where we can plan without being seen. I thought for a moment. My apartment is too small. My place near the river? Quiet, away from streets. Hidden. We can meet there. Fatima smiled slightly. Perfect. I can bring laptops, files, cameras. Everything we need. I took another deep breath. Step 3. We gather evidence. Proof of her crimes. Her orders. Her control. Photos, letters, recordings. Assad spoke quietly. Do you trust Fatima with this? She is new to danger. I do, I said firmly. She is smart. She is careful. And she wants justice, not revenge. Imran grunted. Justice or revenge, a deal? You always mix them. Be honest with yourself. I swallowed. He was right. I want justice. But part of me wants revenge too. I cannot lie. I trusted her, Imran. I feel burned. Betrayed. He nodded slowly. Then you know why this plan is dangerous. Your heart must not rule. Only your mind. I closed my eyes. My mind wandered to Zara. Her smile. Her voice. The way she looked at me when she lied. I cannot forget her, I admitted quietly. Fatima put a hand on my shoulder. We will do this together. You are not alone. And we will be careful. Every step. I opened my eyes. Yes. Step 4. We prepare for confrontation. Not now. But soon. A situation may arise. We need readiness. Escape plans. Safe routes. Contacts. Assad wrote notes silently. You think she will come after us? I know she will, I said. She is clever, ruthless. She never forgets. Imran shook his head. And if she knows we are watching, then what? I clenched my fists. Then we adapt. Always adapt. We must stay alive. We cannot fail. Fatima looked worried. What about your home? Your life? We cannot keep secrets forever. I whispered, almost to myself. Home, it is not safe anymore. Not for me. Not for anyone I love. Assad's voice was steady. Then we create a new safe home. A base for planning. A refuge. Yes, I said. The river apartment. We move supplies there. Cameras, computers, files. Step 5. Prepare for her next move. Anticipate, predict, control. Imran leaned forward. You sound like her. Always control. Always planning. Are you sure you are not losing yourself? I looked at him. I feel lost already. But I cannot stop. I cannot let her win. Fatima nodded. We will be shadows. Hidden. Patient. Waiting. Like hunters. I felt a chill. Yes, like hunters. Always ready. Always watching. Assad said softly. And if she strikes first? I swallowed hard. Then we survive. We fight. But carefully. No heroics. No mistakes. Imran looked at me, serious. We need trust, a deal. Total trust. Otherwise this fails. I stared at him. I trust you. I trust Fatima. I trust Assad. No one else. Only us. Fatima spoke again. What about Zara's weaknesses? Any clue? I thought of the torn letter I found last week. She has a past. A family. Secrets she hides. We use them carefully. Not to hurt innocents, but to understand her moves. Assad nodded. Good. Knowledge is power. I leaned back, tired. Step 6, we wait. Gather, watch, prepare. Patience is our weapon. Every strike, every move must be perfect. We cannot fail. Imran rubbed his chin. And if she suspects us? Then we adapt, I said. We disappear. We strike later. Never direct. Always careful. My voice was firm. I felt my fear, my guilt, my anger, all mixed together. Fatima smiled faintly. We can do this. Together. Step by step. I looked at them. My small team. My friends. My allies. Yes. Step by step, I said. And we survive. That is all that matters. We survive. And justice comes later. Assad's calm voice said, remember a deal. Revenge is tempting. Justice is wiser. Keep that in mind. I nodded slowly. I will. I promise. Justice first. Survival first. Imran said quietly, then let us prepare. Tomorrow, we start gathering evidence. We move, we watch. Carefully. I swallowed hard. Yes. Tomorrow. But tonight we plan. We sleep knowing every move counts. Fatima closed her notebook. I will prepare cameras and files tonight. Everything ready for tomorrow. I felt a weight in my chest. I trusted her once, I whispered. I cannot make that mistake again. Never again. Imran's hand rested briefly on my shoulder. You are not alone, Adil. We are with you. Always. I looked at him, at Fatima, at Assad. My heart still pounded. Fear, guilt, and anger mixed. But I felt strength too. Together, we were ready. Ready to face Zara. Ready to survive. Ready for the unknown. The plan was set. Every step, every rule, every precaution. No mistakes. No heroics. Only survival. Only justice. I stared at the city lights outside. My home, my life, my city all in danger. But I could not stop. Not now. Not ever. And I knew this night, this plan, would change everything. Forever. Chapter 8, Unexpected Loss. I ran through the dark alley, my heart hammering. I shouted, Imran, Fatima, where are you? I'm here. Imran's voice cracked. Adil, they are ahead. I saw Zara's men blocking the street. My stomach sank. I whispered, I should have guessed she would trap us. Fatima held a small bag of papers. These letters, they are hers, she said. Her hand shook. We can't trust anything. I grabbed her shoulder. Stay close. We need to move. Now. A shadow jumped from a wall. I hit him with my fist. He fell, groaning. Imran yelled, 2 more on your left. I felt anger and fear twist inside me. How could I fail like this? My mind raced. Memories of past mistakes flooded me. I promised myself never to lose anyone again. Go. Go. I shouted. Move faster. Fatima tripped. I grabbed her. Get up. Get up now. The streets echoed with screams. I tried to count my team. There should be 3 of us. 1, 2, Fatima and I. Imran was missing. No. Imran. I screamed. My legs burned as I ran back. A pool of blood glinted under the dim streetlight. I fell beside him. Imran, speak to me. His eyes were half closed. Blood covered his shirt. I felt a sharp pain in my chest. My courage wavered. It's okay, Adil. Don't stop, he whispered. Keep going. No, you can't leave me. I shouted, shaking him. I wanted to cry, but tears burned my eyes. Survival demanded I move, but my heart screamed to stay. Fatima grabbed my arm. We have to go. Now. I stood reluctantly. I looked back. Imran's eyes met mine. He tried to smile, but it faltered. I turned away. My mind shouted, I failed him. I failed him badly. We ran into a narrow street. My head pounded. My chest hurt. My hands shook as I checked the bag of letters Fatima carried. One fell out. I picked it up. Bloodstains on it. Imran's blood. I froze. My hands trembled as I read the few words visible. A deal, trust, don't. The rest was smeared. I crumpled the paper. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw the world away. Fatima whispered, "We can still stop them. We can still save others." I shook my head. We lost Imran. He sacrificed himself. We can't do this alone. We hid behind a corner. My mind spun. What do we do now? Run, fight, or die trying? My legs were weak, but my pride burned. I wanted revenge. I wanted justice. But I also wanted to survive. A car engine roared. Rafiq's men were coming. Zara's trap. I cursed under my breath. We walked slowly, stay in shadows. Don't make noise, I instructed Fatima. She nodded, fear clear in her eyes. I'm scared, Adil. I don't want to die. I took her hand. Neither do I. But we need courage. Imran gave us a chance. We can't waste it. We moved. Every step echoed in the empty streets. I felt the city watching. Danger was everywhere. Every shadow could hide a threat. Every sound could be the last. I recalled my promise to Sanaa, my neighbor. Stay safe. Protect others. Don't get hurt. I had broken that promise. Imran's blood was proof. My heart ached with guilt. Do you think Zara will kill us? Fatima asked, her voice small. I don't know, I admitted. But we have to assume she will. She is clever. She plans ahead. We must think ahead too. We stopped near a small alley. I leaned against the wall, breathing hard. My hands were bloody from helping Imran and fighting off the attackers. My mind flashed through the plan we made. Every step we followed had been predicted. She anticipated it all. I can't believe it, I muttered. We were careful. We thought we were smart. But she knew. Always knew. Fatima put her hand on my shoulder. We can still fight. We have some chance. Maybe not alone, but we can try. I shook my head. It's too late for some. Imrani's gone. I can't ignore that. I feel responsible. She didn't reply. Her eyes were wet. We sat in silence for a moment. I looked at the blood-stained letter again. Trust, don't. It hurt to see his words cut off. My chest felt tight, like I could not breathe. Then I heard footsteps. My heart jumped. Hide, I whispered. We ducked behind crates. 2 gang members passed. I held my breath. My mind raced. Should I attack? Run? Wait. We waited. The street was empty again. I whispered to Fatima. We need a new plan. We can't stay here. She nodded. Where do we go? I thought quickly. We can't go home. They will be there. We go to Assad. He knows the city. He can help us. Fatima's face brightened slightly. Do you think he can save us? I nodded. He can guide us. Maybe we can take revenge. But first we survive. I realized then how fragile life was. One wrong step, one trust, one mistake, and everything could end. Imran's blood was proof. I would never forget it. We ran again, moving carefully. My legs ached. My arms shook. My mind raced with every memory of Imran's laughter, his advice, his courage. I whispered, I will not fail you again, my friend. I promise. Fatima stumbled. I caught her. Watch your step. Danger is everywhere, I said. We reached a small bridge. The city lights reflected in the water below. I looked at the reflections, thinking about choices and losses. Do I continue? Do I quit? My heart said fight, but my mind screamed caution. I felt tears in my eyes. Imran, we will honor you. I swear it, no matter what it takes. Fatima squeezed my hand. Let's keep going. For him. I nodded. My throat felt dry. My body felt weak. But my spirit burned. I cannot let Zara win. Not now. Not after this. We moved forward, disappearing into the shadows. My mind replayed every moment, every failure, every choice. The city was dark, the night unforgiving. But I had to keep moving. I held Fatima close. We will survive. We will fight. And we will make her pay. I saw a flash of red in the distance. Blood? Or danger? My heart jumped again. I whispered to myself, "Focus, Adil. Focus. You are all that's left. Be strong." We reached a safe alley. I collapsed for a moment, holding Fatima. I could feel my body shaking, my soul aching. How many more will die? A cool wind blew. I looked at the bloodstained letter one last time and threw it into the river. Let it float away. A reminder of loss and a promise for the future. I whispered, "We can't give up. Not now. Not ever." We stood together, catching our breath. I felt fear, guilt, grief, and anger all at once. But beneath it all, determination burned. Zara would not win. Imran's sacrifice would not be wasted. And I would survive. The night was dark, the streets empty. But I was alive. Fatima was alive. And for now, that was enough. Chapter 9, The Final Confrontation. I arrived at the old warehouse at night. Shadows stretched across the cracked walls. My heart pounded. Every step felt heavy. I whispered to myself, "I need to be careful." The door creaked when I pushed it open. "Zara," I called. My voice shook slightly. Silence answered. A faint laugh echoed. "I was waiting a deal," she said softly. Her voice made my blood run cold. I stepped inside. "Why, Zara? Why all this?" I asked. My hands trembled. I could feel fear crawling up my spine. She leaned against a metal beam. Her eyes were sharp. "You still don't understand, do you?" she said. "I did what I had to do." I clenched my fists. "You lied to me. You used me." My voice cracked with anger. She smiled. "Used you? No. You chose to follow me. You chose this. I saved you. I trusted you." I yelled, stepping closer. Shadows danced on the walls. "You think I wanted your trust," she said, tilting her head. "I needed control. I always need control." I froze. My mind raced. I wanted to run, but my legs would not obey. Control? Over people's lives. I whispered. "Yes," she said simply. "Even yours, Adil." I swallowed hard. I can't let this continue. I won't. My voice shook with fear and determination. Zara's smile disappeared. "Then you will die," she said, pulling a gun from her coat. My stomach dropped. I crouched behind a crate. "I have to think," I whispered. My mind raced. I remembered every lesson Assad taught me. Patience, timing, courage. I saw a metal pipe nearby. My hand reached for it. Every heartbeat felt loud. I could hear my own breathing. "Come out, Adil," she called. "You can't hide forever." I whispered to myself, "I have one chance." I waited, counting silently. 1, 2, 3. Suddenly, she moved. I swung the pipe. It hit her arm. The gun clattered to the floor. I grabbed it quickly. Zara stared at me. Her eyes were wide. You could have killed me," she said. "I might have," I said, pointing the gun. My hand shook, but my voice was steady. "But I won't. Not yet. You need to answer for everything." She laughed, low and bitter. "You think you are different, Adil. Everyone dies, everyone suffers. You too will hurt." "I don't care," I said. My chest ached. "I only care about stopping you." Zara's face softened for a moment. "You saved me once. Why can't you save me again?" Her voice trembled slightly. I felt a pang of guilt. Memories of when I first trusted her flashed in my mind. I shook my head. "I can't fix what's broken, Zara." Her lips curled into a sad smile. "Then we are the same, aren't we?" she whispered. I lowered the gun slightly. My mind swirled with thoughts. Could I really end her life? Was it justice or revenge? She saw my hesitation. "Go on," she said. "Do it. End it. Free yourself." I raised the gun again. My finger trembled over the trigger. Every second stretched painfully. I can't," I said, my voice breaking. Zara stepped closer, slowly, carefully. "Then I win," she whispered. Before I could react, she lunged. I shoved her back. We struggled. Her strength surprised me. I kicked a crate. It fell, spilling old boxes. I used the distraction. My hand closed around a rope hanging nearby. I pulled it hard. She tripped and fell. I pointed the gun at her head. My chest heaved. This ends now, Zara. No more lies, no more death. Her eyes searched mine. For a second I saw fear. Real fear. She whispered, "You always had a good heart." I hesitated. The gun felt heavy in my hands. I lowered it slowly. "I don't kill. Not even you." Zara stared at me in shock. Her lips trembled. You spared me." "Yes," I said. My voice was firm but quiet. "Because killing won't fix anything. It won't bring anyone back." She laughed softly, bitterly. "You are weak, Adil." "No," I said. "I am strong enough to survive myself. That is real strength." We sat in silence. The night felt colder. Shadows moved across the walls. The gun lay between us. "I will leave," she whispered. "But know this, we are not finished." "I know," I said. My hand still shook. My chest ached. But I felt alive. I watched her disappear into the darkness. I felt relief, fear, and sadness all at once. I whispered to myself, "It's over for now." I picked up the gun and placed it on the floor. "I survived," I said. "I survived and I kept my soul." The warehouse was silent again. I walked outside. Cold wind hit my face. I closed my eyes. The city was dark. My heart was heavy. But I survived. I survived, and I learned who I really was. And deep inside, I knew the battle wasn't over. I whispered, "Next time, I will be ready." Chapter 10, Karma and Closure. I opened my eyes to the early sunlight. The room smelled like smoke and dust. My body ached. I tried to move. Pain shot through my leg. I groaned. "Imran, are you here?" I whispered. "Here," he said softly. "You are alive." I turned my head slowly. He sat on the floor, bandaging his own arm. "We lost a lot," he said. "Bilal." His voice broke. I swallowed hard. I remembered Bilal's last scream. His hand reaching for me. I shut my eyes. "I couldn't save him," I whispered. Imran shook his head. "It was Zara, her plans. She is gone now." I blinked. My mind filled with images. Zara, tied to a chair, screaming, her eyes wild. The gang members around her, silent, waiting for justice. I had watched her fall, but my heart felt heavy. Not happiness, not relief. Pain. Pain for what could have been. I sat up, ignoring the ache. The small room smelled of blood and smoke. Papers lay scattered. Letters I had read long ago. Memories of trust and betrayal. Burned in my mind. I picked one up. It was torn. My hand shook. The words, though smudged, reminded me of her lies. "You read this too?" Imran asked quietly. I nodded. I remember when I first met her. I trusted her. My voice was low. I saved her, thought I was helping someone. Imran put a hand on my shoulder. "You did help in a way." I laughed bitterly. "Help? I became a fool. I almost died. I lost friends." I looked around. Fatima leaned against the wall, her eyes red. I didn't know," she said. "I thought I could uncover the truth, help." "You did," I said. "You helped me see. But we paid a price." My voice faltered. Memories of the hospital, Rafik chasing us, the storm outside, all rushed back. I looked at my reflection in the broken mirror. My face was bruised. My eyes were tired. My hands shook. I hated them for shaking. I hated myself for trusting too easily. And yet, a small part of me felt alive. Why did she do it? I asked, more to myself than anyone else. Why lead a gang? Why hurt everyone? Imran shook his head. People have reasons. Some are dark. Some we can't understand. I turned my head toward the window. Sunlight hit the cracked glass. Shadows moved slowly across the floor. I remembered Zara's smile. That smile that had fooled me. That smile that had made me doubt my own judgment. I thought, I could change her. I said. I thought she wanted help. My voice broke. I thought she had a heart. Fatima walked closer. Maybe she did. Maybe she just lost it. I nodded. My throat was tight. Maybe this is karma. Her actions caught up to her. But the cost. I paused. Pain twisted in my chest. The cost is too high. Imran stood up. We survived. That matters. I laughed, short and bitter. Survived, yes. But look at us. Look at what we lost. My hand went to my chest. Courage, promise, trust all gone. All because of her lies. I walked to the small table. Letters, objects, reminders of the past, lay there. I picked up a small photograph. Me, Bilal, and Imran. Smiles frozen in time. I should have known, I whispered. I should have listened to my instincts. Imran sat beside me. We all make mistakes. I nodded, silent for a moment. My mind drifted to Assad. His voice firm and calm. Adil, you must choose your next step carefully. Life is not about revenge anymore. It is about living. I closed my eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. I felt the weight of grief, but also a strange calm. The storm had passed. The city outside looked quiet, almost peaceful. Yet my heart knew the scars would remain. My hands touched the letters again. Memories of fear, danger, betrayal, love, all mingled together. I looked at Fatima. You stayed, even when it was dangerous. She shrugged. I had to know the truth. I had to help you. I smiled faintly. Thank you. She nodded and left the room to call the police. Imran stayed. I looked at him. Do you think I will ever trust someone like that again? He paused. You will. Slowly. But you will. I swallowed. Slowly. Hard. I thought of Sanaa. My childhood friend. My safe place. Maybe I could start there. Maybe I could rebuild. One step at a time. I went to the window. The city streets below were empty. A few birds flew in the morning light. I remembered Rafiq and his threats. The gang was gone. The danger reduced. But the emotional scars were deep. I felt the weight of every life affected. Bilal, Zara, my friends, even my own. I forgive you, Zara, I whispered, though she was gone. Not for you, for me. Imran watched me silently. I turned to him. We must move on. He nodded. Yes. Life doesn't wait. I looked around one last time. Objects, letters, broken memories, all reminders of what happened. But also lessons. Trust, courage, loyalty, all tested. I touched the torn letter again. I remembered my promise to myself. No more blind trust. No more rushing into danger alone. Let's go home, I said finally. My voice stronger. We survived. That is enough for now. We walked down the broken staircase. Dust rose with each step. The morning sunlight hit our faces. I felt the warmth. A strange comfort. I remembered Hina, my coworker. Simple life, ordinary joys. I needed that. I needed normal. Maybe I could find it again. The city was alive outside. Sounds of cars, voices, footsteps, life moving forward. I felt a small smile touch my lips. Not happiness. Not yet. But hope. I looked at Imran. We rebuild. Slowly. Together. He nodded. Step by step. We reached the street. I paused. Looked at the sky. Blue, clear, endless. I remembered my fears, my rage, my grief. All there. But somehow manageable. I breathed deeply. Courage, trust, survival. I whispered to myself. Words that had guided me through darkness. Now they guided me toward tomorrow. I looked back at the building. Shadows of the past. Dust and broken walls. But no danger. I had survived. We had survived. And that mattered. I turned forward. My steps slow, careful. My mind clear. The city awaited. Life awaited. And I was ready to live again. Even with scars, guilt, and memories, I felt free. The sun rose higher. Light touched my face. I smiled faintly. Not fully. Not easily. But enough. Let's go home, I repeated. And this time I meant it.